Hey everybody, we're going to do some feedings and we're going to do some chatting. Some questions that some of the subscribers wanted to have answered. We're going to try and feed Arkham, the GBB, molted 2 weeks ago now. Well, maybe 11 days ago. Let's see if Arkham is interested in the hornworm. Be a good after molt meal. These hornworms grow unbelievably fast. There he goes. So one of the questions that was asked was basically what to do for first aid if you get bit. Now this was Steve Scott asked me this question, and I can't give you a 100% positive answer on what to do, to be honest with you. I could tell you what I've read, I could tell you what I've heard, but oh, nice shot, huh? Things you don't want to do, you don't need to take Benadryl. Benadryl is not going to help you because a tarantula bite, the venom is not like a bee sting, so it doesn't, your histamines and your what would cause your anaphylaxis, you're not going to have that. You shouldn't anyway. So taking Benadryl isn't really going to help you other than make you sleepy. What you should do is clean the area with an antiseptic. I'm not sure if iodine would work, but any type of alcohol wipe, maybe even putting some antibiotic cream on there, like Spectracin or Neosporin or whatever it is. I guess it's Neosporin. It's Spectracin when I was a kid. Anyway, that and really, anti-inflammatory, Advil, Aleve, any type of really ibuprofen, Motrin. I don't think Tylenol really does anything for swelling, but it can help with a little bit of pain relief. Depending on, again, what type of spider you get bit by, it's going to really determine on what you need to do. Some people are going to be able to handle it better than others. Some people will be a little more sensitive to the bite. And, of course, the size of the tarantula matters, not venom-wise, but fang size-wise. So, you may have some structural damage. So, do you need to go to the hospital? Possibly. You possibly will. You may need to go and get a muscle relaxer or something for pain relief, maybe a steroid shot, something of that nature. So really, other than that, I don't know what else you can do. Ice for the swelling, of course, in the area that's bit, and just kind of hopefully ride it out. If you're getting bit by a New World species, odds are you probably wouldn't have to go to the hospital. Old World species, that greatly increases. So, okay, well, that's Arkham, and that was just one quick little topic. And I'm not going to have a bunch of tarantulas here, probably 5 or 6. Actually, I have 4 down here, so it'll probably just be these 4. We'll probably go like 4 or 5 minutes each, and then I'll do a different question for each, while each tarantula's either attacking or feeding, or as Arkham is doing here, basically nothing. We grab the hornworm and we're just kind of sitting there with it. And this is his first meal after molt, so he's doing well. After his molt, he did well. He's skinny, so this is going to be a good meal. This is why I decided to give him a hornworm, because of how skinny he was. His abdomen's really, really long, so he's got some room in there to have a nice meal. These hornworms have like doubled in size since I got them. I mean, it's incredible. So let's move on to the next, and we'll go on to the next topic. So next up is the female Poecilotheria metallica. This one is, as of right now, is going to be sold to Steve Scott. I am trying to reduce some stuff and this was one of the teas, not that I don't like it or don't want it, but it's one of the teas that I knew I could sell a little bit easier to create space for things that I want to do. So we're going to try a nice size hornworm in there, and you guys can't see the hornworm, of course, right there. She's down here in the corner. I'm not sure if we'll get her to come up, but so while we're watching or waiting, the next topic that I want to talk about, a question that was asked, is why I don't handle my spiders. As the microphone's sitting down here, I just never really had the urge to. I really want to hold the Euatha species red and the Gramostole pulchra, and maybe even the pulchra. It's just a matter of, just doing it, I mean, I've never actually intentionally said, come on out here and let's bond, because really they don't get anything out of it. As much as we want them to, inverts as pets is something that you're not going to get any kind of emotional response back from them. I know people like to think that, oh, I open their enclosure and they crawl up. That's because they are sensing air, and when they sense air, if they're not comfortable in their home, they sense air, they want to come up. Okay, especially if you're in an enclosure that's glass, that doesn't have side ventilation. When you open the lid of an enclosure that's glass, it doesn't have side ventilation, there's an inrush of air. And when they feel that urge to, okay, well, they're looking at as that aquarium as one big huge burrow, and they want to come out because they're not happy where they're at. And I'm not saying they're not happy, they're just uncomfortable at the moment. So they're going to crawl out, and they're going to come to the air. At least that's a theory. Again, I'm not proclaiming to be an expert and know exactly what is going through their minds, but that's what it seems like to me. And so I just never really, I look at them and I watch them and I study them because I love the biology aspect. I love the trying to learn the taxonomy aspect, the science part of them. It's mind stimulating for me. So I never really, I mean, if I really wanted to hold something, I'll hold the geckos. I mean, I can hold those guys. They don't particularly care to be held, but I can. So a lot of people do. A lot of people hold them, and again, it's for them. It's for, if you're holding them, it's for you. You're holding them because you want to, because you want that thrill, or you want to have that bond, even though you're not gonna be able to have it. So that's really why I don't do it. And if you're gonna do it, just please be safe, for yourself, for the tarantula. Make sure that the temperament of the spider is good. Poke it with a brush very gently, see what it's like. I generally would advise, if you're going to hold it, not to just stick your hand in the enclosure. I mean, people do it all the time. They just go in there and grab and pick them up. I'm not that ballsy, first of all, because I'd be the one that would get bit. So, come on, Samira. We need to move. No, that's not Samira, it's Saku. Samira is the Sophuska. Watch her for a second. I'm going to grab my poker and try to move her a little bit towards that hornworm. Maybe. I don't know if I can even get back there with this thing. Yeah, I can. There she comes. And there she goes right back again. So odds are we're not going to get her to eat. At least we're not going to see it. She's right there. She's real pretty right now. And as I say, most the light's not really doing her any justice. And these enclosures aren't great for filming. There she is there. So she'll find that thing. We'll put her off to the side. She'll find that thing and she'll eat it. There's no doubt in my mind. She fed real good after about 14 days, I think it was, when I fed her. So I imagine she'll find it and she'll have the meal and she'll be nice and plump then. Probably be able to get her through December without having to feed her again. So we're going to move on to the Nhandu coloratovillosus pair, and then we're going to try and feed the Pamphobeteus species, or Pamphobeteus CF petersi, and that'll end this video. This is Aspen. This is the female Nhandu coloratovillosus. She's going to get a hornworm too, because I do want to get her into a molt. See if she'll come out for it. There she comes. She's such a pretty girl. She's a big one. I think she's, terrestrially wise, she's definitely the biggest. There she is. Yes, that's yours. The hornworms are really cool looking though. I feel kind of feel bad because they are kind of cool looking, but it was definitely worth. I paid $14.99 to have these shipped here. There was 30 of them in there. It was definitely worth it. This would be something I probably do like every few months, is order a group of 30 of these. Maybe the next time I'll order a double order, because it's good for bigger tarantulas. It's good for tarantulas that just molted. There she goes. No, we're going to bite it and not eat it. Still fighting this. Actually, it turned kind of into bronchitis. I got some medication I'm taking, so this is going to take me a few days to get over. And I'm sure that you guys, I went through it in the spring. I'm sure that there's videos out there of me when I had it in the spring. It's something I get pretty consistently, 2-3 times a year. And then, of course, it acts up the asthma. There we go. That was a gentle pickup, and bring it back home, and we're going to chow down. So, yeah, and then sometimes with the illness, it'll end up flaring up to colitis. Fortunately, it hasn't this time yet, so thank goodness. Okay, well, that's Aspen. Again, we're going to try and push her to a molt. I'd like to see her molt by the end of January, because I think he's going to be coming up on one, probably in the same area. So I'd like to get the two of them together in spring is what I'm hoping, depending on whether he matures or not. We got the metallica is out hunting that hornworm, so I'm going to get her back. She got it. There she is there. They have this little light on this side. It doesn't seem like this one is really making that much of a difference. Yeah, actually it is. It does give quite a bit of light over here. So yeah, that's her, Steve. Let's see if we can kind of get a better shot at her. She's good looking. There's no doubt about it. She's going to be a big girl. Wished I would have got her coming up out of the webbing there. She kind of just blew right up through that webbing to get that thing. Okay, well, I got to make sure I clean out. I can't forget that. Aspen's water dish is a mess. So I'm going to get that cleaned out before I put her back up there, and we're going to try and feed the male. I'm not sure how this is going to go. Here is the male. This is the one that I kind of named 6. I don't think we really want to feed him. He's got a pretty decent sized backside. Still light brown though, no darkness, so he's not going to be molting anytime soon. There he is. You can see how big his abdomen is, so we're going to skip the feeding of him, and we'll move to the Pamphobeteus petersi. Get this cord worked out. Put the lid back on him, and see if there's anybody else interesting that we want to feed. Okay, we're not going to feed this guy or girl, but she or he is a crowd favorite on the groups. The coloring of her, this is the Orphnaecus philippinus, this is Cheeto, is really tremendous. And it's been out a lot lately, and I couldn't figure out why. Because its burrow is right here. Right there. And that's where it was. I couldn't figure out why it's been out the last few days. Tried feeding it, wouldn't eat. And when I went over to grab the petersi, I looked over, I said, oh, we'll bring Cheeto down, we'll get a couple shots of Cheeto. And there was a huge darkling beetle from a Mario worm. So it must have been a Mario worm that I put in there that she didn't eat. Which I don't remember feeding her a Mario worm, but it's definitely a Mario worm beetle because it's huge. Was walking around, so I'm sure it was probably in there and it was probably agitating her, and that's why she's come out. So hopefully with the beetle gone now, she'll settle back down and get back to her normal self and burrowing. These are spectacular spiders. You know, there were reports or things I've read that they only get 3 inches, which is not true. This is a 6-7 inch terrestrial Asian species from the Philippines. They'll darken out a little bit. They're still this orangish tangerinish, but you know they'll darken to a little bit more of a darker burnt color as they age. And the males seem to have a darker carapace as they mature. And of course, you can't miss them because they got this skinny little abdomen, this darker carapace, these long, lanky arms, and they're already lanky to begin with. You know, because they have that pill-shaped abdomen. So, yeah. So I thought I'd bring her over and give you guys a view of her. And we're going to feed the petersi and wrap this up and get this thing uploaded and work on. I'm still working on the website one, the Facebook groups. I've been writing some stuff down on some things that we've been running into, and you know, things to add into here for new keepers, questions to ask, questions not to ask, how really to navigate them, how to make sure that you understand and know the rules, so that you're not getting booted from the groups. So, yep. Let's get the 2 petersi down and see if we can get them fed up. Okay, there is the feet of the Pamphobeteus petersi. This one's supposed to be the male. Oh, there goes the cover for the... come out. He didn't eat the last time I tried feeding him, so there we go. He took it. Nope, and we're back. This one darts. Oh, he left the worm. He will come back for it. And this is the problem with the way the lights are, is trying to get the light where we can see inside the burrow and still be able to film, and they're blocking. This batch of mealworms that I got, they're not very active. I don't think he's actually going to eat it, to be honest with you. And I don't want to leave it in there, so we will try him again on another day, but I'm pretty sure we'll get the other one that molted that's supposed to be the female. Tanya has the molt. Hopefully she'll get it under the microscope today and give me a shout and tell me what she sees. It's not going to take long before these two are going to grow out of these enclosures pretty fast. I can tell you that right now. They are long and lanky. So let's get the female, quote unquote, and get her fed. I'm sure she'll eat. Okay, so let's see if we get the female. I'm sure it's going to pounce right on this worm. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, I knew it. So that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. We'll do some more informational videos and some more hot topics. I'll try and do some more genera or genus specific videos. I'm still working on stuff for the Brachypelma. There's a lot of information for, you know, the handful that I have. I think I have 7 or 8 different different species of Brachypelma. So I'd like to do them. I'd like to do the Salmopaeus. Let's see if she'll take another one. Not that one. What about you? Yeah, Salmopaeus. I probably won't do a Poecilotheria video. It doesn't really make sense to me to do because they're so hard to film in the containers that they're in. So most likely Brachypelma, maybe a Pamphobeteus, Nhandu, although I don't have any more chromatus. We'll figure out some stuff. Maybe we'll do a video on all the spiders I have that are from like Brazil or from Peru, or you know, something like that. That would kind of be interesting. I could work on what species I have from Brazil. I think Brazil has the most species in a country. Different types of species in a country is Brazil, with Mexico being second. I'm sure, you know, because Africa is segregated into all kinds of different countries there in Africa. You don't want that. Well, if you don't want it, I'm not gonna leave it in there. I'll take it back out. I don't want it to dig. So, okay, well, thanks for watching. The subscriptions, the subscribers have really drastically jumped. I think I was at 373. I think just like 2 weeks ago I was at like 330 something. So 2 or 3 weeks ago. So that's dramatically increased. Questions are being increased. And don't again, look me up on Eerie Arachnids, my Facebook page, Eerie Arachnids. You can contact me through there if you don't want to send me a friend request on Facebook, or get a hold of me through there, and then we can, you know, we can do friend requests or whatever from there. So it's the same exact name as the YouTube site, Eerie Arachnids, EERIE-ARACHNIDS. That's the Facebook page. Once I get more people checking that Facebook page out, I'll probably use that a little bit more for some direct information. So I'll put a spider picture up, and then I'll talk a little bit about, again, that spider itself. I think I mentioned this before. At least that's my plan for that page. I don't have the patience to do the big, huge blogs like Tom Moran does, but I'd like to. I just don't have the time. We'll see what happens with this ankle. There's some stuff I'd like to get done and things I'd like to do if they do decide to put a boot on me. Through Christmas and probably most of January, I would imagine, would be the plan. Well, we'll find that out on Friday. But yeah, so thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. And I wish she would have come out a little bit more so we can get a better view of her. But she was out just for a quick second. And the way the light is, I don't know if I can take this off of here and then bring it down here. Oh, you're still not really going to see her much, are you? Just some legs. Long, fuzzy legs. So, yeah, thanks again for watching, and look forward to some new videos coming out soon. And in the meantime, go check out Tom Moran's stuff, and marked tarantulas, KC tarantulas, boxing boa if you're really into snakes, Andrews tarantulas, moss tarantulas. I'm sure I'm missing a whole bunch of them, but everybody knows who everybody is. Go check out some other videos while I'm preparing other videos for you. Make sure you're constantly watching these YouTube videos and supporting everybody. And don't, you know, I mean, don't be afraid to hit the like button too. I really don't know what it does. I mean, because I don't do ads or anything, so I don't really think the like button really makes that big of a difference to me. But I know a lot of people do, and if they do have ads, you know, watch them. I mean, I know it's 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds, but watch them, because they're doing the ads to help fund, you know, they get paid by doing that. They don't get paid a lot, but it does help out if people watch the ads. I think they need to watch them all the way through in order for them to get credit, and they have to have so many views per video before they start getting paid from them. And I'm not nowhere near that. You know, I need to be up in the thousands, you know, views and I'm nowhere near that. I think my biggest view was like 269 or something like that. But yeah, so again, this is longer than I wanted it to be, again, as usual. And have a great day. Have a great rest of your week, and we will see everybody soon.